Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the webinar series, The Shift to Digital Business Model, consisting of three webinars focusing on different aspects of e-commerce and digital business that we are doing this month. Let's just give 1 or 2 more minutes to let people join in, and then we can start. Okay, I think we can start now. So welcome once again. Welcome to the webinar series, The Shift to Digital Model, consisting of three webinars focusing on various aspects of e-commerce and digital business that we are doing this month. So Rami and I, we will be going through the deck and we'll talk about the key aspects relating to setting up your e-commerce in 6 weeks. And at the end of the session, we'll go through the questions and any queries that you have around the session. So a bit of background about myself. I'm Bhaskar Dhawan. I lead the digital commerce group at Mastek. I'm based out of New Delhi, India. And for last 15 years, I've been helping clients across the globe with their digital commerce transformation projects. I have Rami with me from Oracle. I would now request Rami to just quickly introduce himself.
Yes, thanks, Bhaskar. So my name is Rami Darwich. I am the Commerce Solution Lead for Asia Pacific at Oracle. I am working out of our Sydney office. So I focus purely on commerce at Oracle. Thanks, Bhaskar.
Thanks, Rami. All right, quick introduction about Mastek and Evosys. We are a publicly traded company that provides global technology services on enhancing and streamlining our clients' front and back office applications. We support leading retailers and manufacturers in building direct-to-consumer channels for them. And we are highly specialized on e-commerce with almost 20 years of experience delivering enterprise e-commerce solutions to our customers. And we do have a global presence. We provide services to our customers through our offices in North America, UK, Europe, Middle East, and APAC. All right, why e-commerce? So e-commerce has been growing steadily over the years. And as we see, like the traditional sales channels have been significantly disrupted with the impact of COVID, lockdown, and there has been an accelerated adoption of digital channels and e-commerce. We've seen 10 years of growth happening in just 3 months for e-commerce in the US. And e-commerce penetration has increased significantly in other geographies as well. And this accelerated adoption of digital is not just limited to e-commerce. It is happening in telemedicine, it is happening in remote learning, remote working, and all this is kind of bringing significant change in the consumer shopping behavior. People across all demographic groups are making a lot more purchases online. And many of the aspects related to this change, right? The shift to online, to interact online with businesses, to make purchases online, all this shift and change in behavior, many aspects of it will stay. And thus, it is very, very important for businesses to focus on engaging customers digitally and selling their products and services through e-commerce, and also ensure that they are able to deliver the expected customer experience to their consumers. So today's consumers, their customer experience expectations are pretty high. So let's quickly understand what is one of the most important needs of today's shopper. So today's shopper wants to shop anytime, anywhere through a channel of their preference and convenience. They want consistent, personalized experiences, whether they are buying physically in store or they are buying through a mobile, iPad, or a desktop computer. They don't want to clarify their needs again and again and want the businesses to remember their preferences. It is also important to understand how the number of digital channels and devices are increasing with time and the impact that they have on e-commerce. So if you look back 15 years back, if someone will think of e-commerce, it would be primarily an e-commerce website accessed on a desktop computer. But today we know that more than 65% of e-commerce traffic actually comes through mobile devices. And the adoption of digital devices and the new touch points will continue to evolve at a very rapid pace. We already have businesses who are focusing on integrating their services with voice-based channels like Alexa. And in future, there will be a significant impact of IoT on e-commerce with a 5G adoption. Thus, we should always consider current and as well as future needs of omni-channel e-commerce while building our e-commerce strategies. And we will get into the details on how we can lay the foundation of your online e-commerce channel in 6 weeks and how we can grow it from there. But before we do that, let me just hand it over to Rami to talk about the Oracle CX Commerce Platform, which is one of the most advanced and feature-rich e-commerce platforms out there. Over to you, Rami.
Thanks, Bhaskar. Okay, so as Bhaskar was referring to earlier, with the onset of COVID, we've seen a number of customers who have been looking to move their business online and move online quickly. Between February and April of this year, we saw an increase of 677%, and these numbers are across North America. An increase in the average number of online sales as customers stayed away from bricks and mortar stores and focused online. And Oracle CX Commerce has been able to quickly respond to different organizations who are looking to pivot and move online quickly. Oracle CX handles complexity. It's built to handle the complexity, and capabilities such as our API-first architecture enable things such as quicker integration between solutions. Customers are able to quickly bring up multiple sites using our multi-site functionality. So these sites can be as different or as similar as you require them to be. Oracle manages the back end so that you're able to scale up and down as to meet demand, allowing you to focus on your core business. And Oracle CX Commerce is intended to be used by business users with easy to use and quick to learn tools such as drag and drop UI designers, and these reduce onboarding time and training time. And finally, CX Commerce has built-in AI and tools to deliver personalized experiences quickly without the need for any coding experience, any technical experience. And the name of this webinar is about being able to implement within 6 weeks. And a great example of that is a company by the name of Spirit Sparko. So they're a global leader in steam and thermal solutions. They're actually an 180-year-old company. And they recently went live with Oracle CX Commerce across 2 brands, because they have multiple brands under their umbrella, 3 countries, 4 languages, and with each country having its own pricing and product catalog. And they were able to do that all within 7 weeks. Bhaskar, can you go next slide, please? So Oracle CX Commerce is able to reduce that time to implementation because it's a fully featured commerce solution targeted at business users. As opposed to some of our competitors, what they do is they provide you a framework and then allow you to build that functionality. With CX Commerce, it's already there. And it starts with acquisition, helping you to direct traffic to your site with functionality such as SEO management, transaction email capability, all included out of the box. CX Commerce also enables designers to tailor user experiences to that specific customer with tools such as drag and drop editors, personalization functionality, and AI product recommendations. So you can also provide the same experience to a user, whether they be a consumer or a business user, all on the same platform. So there's no need to have separate platforms for B2C or B2B. CX Commerce also includes the necessary tools to manage your online storefront. We support headless, but we also come with a online storefront included. And with that, you can manage full catalog management, pricing, inventory management, and promotions. The ability also to use out-of-the-box payment gateways, reduce that time to implement. But if you have specific requirements around that, the solution is extendable enough for you to do that. And CX Commerce can be used across multiple touch points. You heard Bhaskar talking a little bit earlier. While mobile is the choice these days, most customers want a omni-channel experience. With commerce, You have multiple touch points. It's responsive design for mobile sales. It has call center service capability also included out of the box. And of course, multi-site capability to bring up those multiple sites real quickly. And finally, all of this sits on the most advanced and secure architecture available for an e-commerce solution. CX Commerce is built with an API-first architecture, and it includes content delivery optimization to reduce that latency as well. Bhaskar, can you go to the next slide? And analysts agree with the direction that Oracle CX Commerce has taken. Both Gartner and IDC rate Oracle CX Commerce as a leader in e-commerce solution. In respect to Gartner, it's been rated as a leader for the past 11 years for e-commerce platforms. And Bhaskar, I'll throw it back to you.
Thanks, Rami. All right, let's get into the details, right, about the 6 weeks implementation. So with our 20 years of e-commerce experience and strong competence on Oracle CX Commerce, working with 19 different Oracle CX Commerce customers across different industries, and that too both on B2B and B2C side of things, we've been able to develop a starter kit, which makes it very, very easy to set up e-commerce site on OCC in 6 weeks. The starter kit is based on the best practices in the area of user experience, SEO, search, personalization, transactional commerce, and back office application integrations. And what it does is it lays a solid foundation to your online e-commerce channel, making it robust, scalable, and highly extensible, because e-commerce is always evolving. Rami just talked about the API-first nature of OCC platform. So it is important that when you are building the capability on that, building the features on it, you leverage the right kind of APIs, and you build something which is extensible, and it is easier for you to innovate and deploy features in future. So let's understand what all we'll do in order to set up your e-commerce site. We'll start setting up the product catalog, set up the products, set up the SKUs, inventory, product images, set up user experience, setting up the web pages and configuring the widgets. So OCC comes with a concept of widgets. There are out-of-box widgets that need to be configured. Based on the custom requirements, we can create some custom widgets as well. The web pages will need to be set up with a UX design that should be in line with your corporate branding, so that the users can kind of experience the differentiated experience. The branding of the site will be in line of your corporate theme. We would be then setting up the configurations related to price, checkout, order fulfillment, which will enable the e-commerce site to accept orders using credit card payment. And then to get an appropriate web traffic on your site, it is important to take care of all the search engine optimization aspect. There are features related to SEO that comes with OCC out of box, but that needs to be configured. The kind of product attributes you set up in OCC for your product line, the metadata that needs to be set up with respect to those products need to be configured, and the product SEO URLs and collection SEO URLs will be configured. This will boost your search engine results ranking. And as Rami mentioned, OCC comes with a call center app. So we will be configuring the CX agent console to ensure that your call center agents can assist the shoppers who are facing issues with their orders or related to some updates that they want to make into their profiles. And lastly, we would also be setting some article pages on the e-commerce site that provides relevant information about your business to shoppers. Pages like About Us, FAQs, terms and conditions. So all this essentially sets up the key aspects of any e-commerce site, right? The OCC site is now ready. The shopper will see a very nice homepage with relevant content, banners, and a mega navigation working for them. They get the ability to sign in, register, look for products, use type ahead search on the search results page, select appropriate refinements. So the end goal of any e-commerce site is that you engage with the customer as well as you help the customer find the products that they are looking for, right? And that actually boosts your order conversion. So type ahead search and search refinements are very, very important in terms of e-commerce that would be set up. And then the shopper can, once shopper reaches the product that they're looking for, they can do the add to cart, apply the coupons, get the discounts, place the order, and the order will start coming up in the my account order history section of the user. So this is how those 6 weeks look like. This is the high level split. So essentially we start with discovery, which typically goes for a week, where we try to understand the product lines of your business, gather the content for that, understand your business processes in terms of how order fulfillment will work for you, how inventory updates will work for your business. And also the UX design team will work closely with your business during this phase in finalizing the designs. Next 4 weeks will typically go into configuring and implementing Oracle CX Commerce, configuring the out-of-box widgets, configuring or customizing, creating new widgets for some of the requirements that you may have. And then once all this is set up, the last week will typically will primarily be into testing and UAT. And during the implementation journey, we do regular demos to get regular feedback from our clients, so that just to ensure that we are kind of delivering what is expected by the customer. So with the 6-week starter kit, we've kind of set up a mobile first shopping experience for your e-commerce site, and you can start accepting orders. And this is just the start of the growth of your e-commerce business. So post this foundation release, right? We call the 6-week release as the foundation release. Post this foundation release, we help customers mature and evolve their e-commerce site. We recommend them to add features which can optimize conversion. You can add features related to marketing, related to loyalty integrations. We should provide more options to the shoppers to pay using multiple payment methods, integrate with digital wallets like Apple Pay, Google Pay, and implement features like BOPIS or curbside pickup, right? If that is something which is aligned with your business. And next stage could be leveraging some advanced features of OCC, enter new markets, create new revenue stream, build region or country specific sites, do marketplace integrations, which will altogether give you another channel of revenue, or implement new business models and enable new touch points. So essentially the 6 weeks release has just helped you set up an online channel through which customers can inquire, interact, and transact with you. But it is providing you an opportunity to go direct to consumer, and it also lays the foundation for the tremendous amount of growth that is possible in the digital e-commerce. All right, I'll do a quick demo of the storefront as well as walk you through the admin console. So OCC essentially comes, there are 3 components. One is the admin console, the second is the storefront, and the third one is the agent console. So the customer facing website is essentially the storefront for OCC. And this customer is thingsremember.com. This is one of our customers who has been on OCC, I believe, for a couple of years now. And they are North America's leading retailer for engraved and personalized gifts. They are in this business for more than 50 years now. And if you look at their website, the look and feel, right, the UX is pretty differentiated. It is in line with their corporate branding. Essentially, it matches the logo that they have. At the top, they have mega navigation. This is the structure of the product catalog, right? The root categories, subcategories that come up over here. And the structure that comes up over here is primarily based on the hierarchical structure that has been defined inside OCC's master catalog. We'll quickly go through that once I give you a walkthrough of the admin console. And below the mega nav, you see hero banner images in a carousel to promote specific set of products or specific set of categories. So the merchandiser can easily update these banners. And OCC provides some very sophisticated personalization features where you can actually display banners differently, right? You can create user segments. You can create a different banner that may appear to a male user who has logged in versus another kind of a banner to a female user who has logged in, right? And those user segments can work on geolocation and a lot other aspects. All right, let's quickly go through the admin console as well. This is the admin console for one of the demo environments that we have. This is not the admin console for things remembered. So once you log in, you see the dashboard. Merchandisers or admins can see the dashboard. The dashboard will essentially give you a high-level overview of the number of orders that have been placed yesterday, the number of users who have visited, and this is all out of box. But over here, the values are zeros because this is a test environment. And over here, you have various sections to manage the site. This is the catalog section where we manage the master catalog of OCC. So the mega nav that I just talked about while describing the things remembered site, right? So this is your storefront navigation. This is your root category. And once you select the root category, you want to make updates to the root category or the products that are attached under this category. Those products come up on the right side on the main area. And this is visual merchandising, right? You can actually change the order of the products that appear on the storefront by doing simple drag and drop over here. You can change the images directly. You can even export the entire product catalog into an Excel file, make those changes, import it back to OCC. And then you can manage other aspects related to pricing, inventory through this section. OCC offers some advanced features related to promotions as well. So the marketing section has item level promotion configurations that are available. We can configure a promotion in terms of order as well, that you spend $100, you get $5 off, or you can create promotions, very simple promotions like buy one, get one free. Associate these promotions to coupons, and coupons can be generated automatically. Let's look at the design tab now. So Design Studio is the place where the storefront pages are kind of managed. The concept of widget to create the pages is managed from here. I'll quickly show you one of the layouts, and it is very easy to kind of drag and drop widgets to change the entire experience. So this is the homepage layout. You have the header section, you have the footer section over here, and then you can place widgets that are shared across all the pages. So the header widget will typically would be shared across all the pages, category listing pages, your thank you page. So whatever you have configured inside a header widget will automatically start coming up on all the pages that has the header widget. And a widget in OCC is further built with elements. All these elements are kind of out of box. You can create some custom elements if you want. So if you look over here, right, this is your currency and this is your language element. Typically on international sites supporting multiple currencies, multiple language, on top right, you see these links, right? Um, and we can easily drag and drop. We can easily uh, kind of add more elements. For example, if I have to add login and registration in my header section, I can just add login and registration element over here, save it, and it will start coming up on all the pages that has a header widget. I can even change the order. I can simply drag and drop and take the cart link over here or move it here. So that it's that simple. And one very important feature related to search that I just wanted to show you was so essentially the search index is primarily built on your product catalog attributes, right? So over here it shows two aspects, searchable and facet. So the attributes that you want to make searchable can be configured in OCC, and there could be attributes like product.brand, right, which I want it to be searchable, as well as it should appear as a refinement if someone goes to the search results page or a listing page, they should be able to refine based on brand. So product.brand over here is searchable as well as it is a facet. We can also configure OCC and tell it what all facets are can be multi-selected, what facets cannot be multi-selected. Those kinds of configurations can also be done. And then we can configure thesaurus entries. We can configure keyword redirects. If there is a user who is not able to find a return policy link in the footer and they simply come and search for returns or return policy in the search box, you can configure keyword redirects that if someone searches for returns in the search box, it automatically gets redirected to the return policy page. If someone is searching for shipping, it automatically gets redirected to the shipping page. And there are some advanced features related to dynamic content and dynamic curation as well, which I don't think so we'll be able to cover all that in this session. There is a site setting tab as well over here, which helps you manage the overall settings of your site. You can configure what all shipping methods are available, what all payment processing methods are available. You can configure your merchant IDs over here. And then there are various settings related to order, related to email, and what all applications, custom applications can be integrated to OCC, right? The authentication mechanism, the web APIs, access control can all be managed from here. I think that's good enough for this session. I hope this has provided you some overview about how OCC's admin console works. Coming back to the slide deck, these are some of our customers on the e-commerce side who we have helped. Lululemon is there. They've been our customers for almost 7 years now. We have Dubai Duty Free. They are using Oracle Commerce Cloud. And then there are customers from both B2B side of things as well as B2C. So with this, we come to the end of the webinar. So you can reach out to us, get in touch and get going. It's not that difficult to set up your e-commerce. And we would be doing another 2 webinars focused on e-commerce. On 20th, we're going to talk about scalability and performance issues with e-commerce systems. And on 27th October, we will focus on leveraging B2C e-commerce strategies for B2B e-commerce. I thank you for your time, and we can now look at some of the questions or queries that you have. Please feel free to send in your questions to the chat window. I think
Bhaskar, we have two questions. You'll be able to see it in the question box.
okay. So there is a question: do we need to integrate to a PIM? So it all depends, right? If you have a backend system, if you have a PIM system that you are already using for managing your product information management, we can easily integrate that. We have reusable assets, so which kind of pull in the data from your existing PIM system. It can send a file, or it can be integrated through an API, and it's not a necessity. OCC does provide an interface to just populate your product catalog information, and there is an option to kind of populate all the information, description, product description, etc., in an Excel file. There is a predefined template that comes with OCC. We can simply populate the content for your products in that and import it in OCC. So there's a question on the OOTP payment method provided on Oracle Commerce. The OOTP payment method provided on Oracle Commerce is credit card as well as PayPal. And there is a question around how we do payment integration or third-party delivery service. So that's pretty simple. So OCC provides a framework. It has a framework where you can integrate any third-party payment provider as well, right? It is just that you need the knowledge and expertise in terms of how you hook that third-party payment gateway into OCC. We've done that in the past. We have some reusable assets around doing payment integration as well. And then because of the API first nature of OCC, right, any third-party delivery service can also be integrated. There are webhooks that OCC already provides, and then there are various APIs. Depending on the business requirement, we can easily call those APIs and integrate with any third-party service providers as well. So there is a question on how does a multi-brand or a multi-country works. So essentially, OCC provides a feature called multi-site. So you can create a site, for example, a site with a URL abc.com. So abc.com is your base site, and the storefront that has been configured to open on abc.com will be rendered through your OCC site, right? And if you want to create sites for international other regions or other countries, right? So OCC provides you a capability where you can create another site in the same OCC instance. You can create a site called uk.abc.com. You can create a site called, for example, italy.abc.com. You can create, basically, you can change the domain name, and based on the change of domain name, OCC will automatically recognize what site it needs to serve, right? And and those multiple sites inside OCC can be configured with different product catalogs. So you can have a different catalog for a different country or a different catalog for different regions. And based on the URL that the person types in, or based on the locale that comes, the locale that comes with the HTTP header from the browser, you can render the content of the site in that particular language. So OCC does provide all that capability, and it has all those features built in. So there is a question regarding, can offers and promotions can be tailored to specific to a customer? Yes, definitely, it can be. OCC does provide advanced personalization features, you can specify, okay, what kind of promotion will apply to what user segment, and you can even go to an extent where you can define unique coupon codes, and those coupon codes are associated with specific users. There is a question around, is there a limit to the number of storefronts that we can have? Again, this is a question related to multi-site. As far as I remember, I don't think so there is any limit that has been designated on the number of storefronts that we can have.
No, there isn't, Bhaskar. There's no limit.
Okay. There is a question around, do account-based discount gets managed by business users, or they required to be done by an SI? So I'm not very clear on the question. So the account-based discounts, you're talking about B2B users. So if you're talking about B2B users, then this exactly will work in line with the personalization features that OCC provides, right? So if you have configured some discounts for a specific group of users, specific segment, specific organization, that should work automatically. And then there is a question around, are there any ML or AI capability? Yes, of course there are. There are AI capabilities related to personalization. There are capabilities related to recommendations that OCC makes. So if a user is browsing specific products, they are interested in specific products, or they have placed orders for one kind of products, you have a recommendation widget in OCC which will recommend the products based on the user's actions. Rami, would you like to add anything on this?
No. You said totally correct. Also, AI with the search capability is also included.
Okay. So there's a question on, can it track user behavior on the website? Yes. So you can build widgets to track the user behavior, and then you have that inbuilt AI capability. You can very easily integrate OCC with analytics, with Google Analytics if you want to. So all that can be done very, very easily. Does the platform support React.js? So the current framework is primarily built on Knockout.js. Rami, would you like to take this one?
Yeah. There is. I probably shouldn't say this, but there is capability coming, yes, where it will support React, and that should be in the next version. Yes, so it will. Yes.
Yeah, I think there's a capability related to OSF framework, right? That is coming in.
Yes, that's right. Correct.
Yeah. So yes, React.js would be supported in the next version. There's a question around, is image search possible? I think that can be built easily. We have done this work in past for some of our customers because of the API-based approach, the API-first architecture, right? So any capability, and this is what I was kind of talking about on my second slide, the omni-channel customer experience and the impact of the new touch points and devices. So image search is something that we are able to think right now, and there could be something significantly different happening with new kind of devices coming in. Wearable technology is also picking up, right? So you need a platform which is ready for the future, and it is important that platform is on an API first architecture, so that any capability, any new feature, any new touch point integration can be done easily. So the image search can be done easily because the search API, the search capability of OCC is exposed as an API, right? So if you know what APIs are there, you can easily kind of implement an image search widget on OCC and invoke those APIs without user actually entering any text on the search box. So there's a question around, does OCC have capabilities to capture abandoned cart? Yes, we do have. We do have a service that is related to abandoned cart, and you have. So while I was showing you the site settings over there, there is a configuration. There is a site setting related to abandoned cart that you can make, and you can configure, okay, for after how many days a cart should be marked as an abandoned cart if the order hasn't been placed, and then you can trigger appropriate emails to engage the customer. There is a question around is, yeah.
We can do real-time abandoned cart integration as well, right? So.
Yeah, okay. And there's a question around, is there a headless option where we can build our own custom front end? Yes, there is a headless option as well.
Yeah, the solution's API first, so you can do that using our REST APIs.
Yeah, and then there is a question: is there a need of a digital asset management, or OCC can support the images and variants easily? Yeah, OCC does support images. It has a media server built in where you can upload the product images, and it has some very advanced caching capabilities as well. So some CDN capabilities come out of the box. Those images will get cached automatically on the CDN. So if you're looking for basic support in terms of managing the product images, the banners, all that is there out of the box in OCC.
So I just want to add here, Bhaskar, that Oracle Commerce Cloud is actually part of the bigger Oracle CX suite. So a lot of the possibility exists to extend from the foundation release you have in e-commerce platform for 6 weeks to more advanced features if your business needs, right? So things like what we talked about, the real-time cart abandonment to trigger an email or abandoned cart campaign can be done by the integration with our real-time streams, Infinity Streams, and also the Marketing Cloud suite. And also the more advanced, if you want to really more advanced digital asset management solution that sits and can be shared between your commerce and your marketing suite. We also have a very professional CX content solution that can also be exposed as widgets within our commerce suite. So you have options to start with the foundation release and really grow as your business grows. And also around AI and machine learning, we also is releasing the audience integration between commerce to our customer intelligence platform that we connect all the signals across all channels and across the customer life cycle, and use that real-time insight to also feed into commerce as well. So there are, I think that's just as Bhaskar has shown on that slide of the growth. As your business grow, the possibility is infinite.
Thanks, Pinken. So there is a question around whether we can use the e-commerce service for logistics company, for a logistic business as well. Yes, we can. So essentially, right, OCC is providing you a platform to build your customer-facing site, right? It's a customer-facing touch point, and it can be leveraged to build transactional capabilities that you want to provide to your customers on both B2C and B2B side.
Just on that front, Rami, do you want to share a bit around the DHL use case?
Yeah, so speaking of logistics, yeah, we do have logistics customers, DHL in Australia being one of them. They use our B2B capability for their express part of the business. Can't go into detail what the use case is, but yes, they do use it as well.
And then there's a question around how long would it take to implement other platforms and why is Oracle OCC faster? Rami, would you like to take this one?
Sorry, what was the question? I can't see that one.
So why Oracle OCC is the implementation is faster on OCC when compared to other platforms?
Yeah, so I'll bring up a couple of things. So features are already there, and I'll give you an example. Payment gateways. Someone asked that question earlier. With CX Commerce, there's no need to build those payment gateways. It comes with 22 out of the box. Whether you want to go credit cards, Apple Pay, whatever it might be, they're already there. So the biggest thing around why it's quicker is the features are already there, whereas opposed to some of the competitors, they provide you with a framework and allow you to build that capability. With Commerce, it's there, and A/B testing, for example, already there. Like I spoke about payment gateways, but you can integrate quickly to shipping calculators. All of that functionality, which you wouldn't get with other competitors, is it comes out of the box, promotions out of the box, and it's ready to go.
Thanks, Rami. So there is a question around what channel we can use to engage with customer for abandoned cart, email only, or there are some other channels that we can use. So out of the box, I think it's the email that gets triggered. But again, because of the API first nature, right? You can easily integrate with other channels as well. I've seen quite a few businesses integrating with WhatsApp, right? WhatsApp is very, very popular. They integrate with WhatsApp for business and send instant notification to their customers.
Yeah.
So that can be done.
Right. Is that all the questions, Bhaskar?
Yep. I think yeah, that's all we had. Okay. All right. Thank you everyone for your time today. And do reach out to us if you have any more questions, you want to discuss specific problems, you want to understand custom solutions that can be built for your e-commerce channel, please do reach out to us.